Well, good morning, everybody. Here we are back on Faux Family Farm. Today we're going to do a little bit of playing outside, do some chores. Got Maddie eating the snow. I don't know why, but just follow along, and then when we go to warm up in the house, we're going to do a little how-to sandwich bread, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna do some how-to sandwich bread, and stick around with us and have a little fun. As you can see, we're still dealing with a lot of snow here, but it's melting off of the pavement surfaces and sidewalks. I have about had my enough of the winter weather, but the kids are having fun, so we're gonna have a little fun today and maybe throw some snowballs and try to make a snowman. So that'll be awesome. You know, they say don't eat the yellow snow. I would say that's probably true in the animal shelter. Morning, guys. Porky. Hey, buddy. Porky says hi this morning. Hey, buddy. Porky.
He's not used to my gloves.
Hey, buddy. You can see the animals are doing well. It doesn't take a lot for them. They have a lot of fun out here in the cold and the snow, and they're living the best life. Looking forward to greener pastures later on. Maddie, are you excited for today?
Yeah. Look at the snow angel I made.
Oh, I love it. Maddie's making snow angels and throwing snowballs at her brother. You having fun? Yeah. So we get to get out and enjoy the snow for a little bit. And then when we warm up, we'll get to warm up with a fresh, nice loaf of bread this afternoon. Getting free paint when you can get free paint or cheap paint. Here's that Walmart blue chicken coop that we're not using right now. But it's definitely a very ugly shade of blue. So like we said earlier, we're gonna make a little bread today, and then hopefully by the end of the video we'll break a little bread today. We got some cabbage soup on the stove and the ingredients to make your own white bread with yeast, right?
Yes.
So this is none of that sourdough crap.
Sourdough doesn't like us.
Yeah, we have yet to figure out the sourdough journey so far. our stuff doesn't grow right.
But that's okay because we have yeast, and we don't have to remember to feed that. It's not like an extra child in the house.
Right.
So we're gonna make yeast bread today.
Can I?
Of course you can.
Maddie's gonna help us make some bread. Be careful, the stove's hot.
Okay, Dad.
So what are we making, Maddie?
Bread.
What kind of bread?
White bread.
All right, so we're making white bread. So Miss Faux Farms, what's the ingredient list?
Water, sugar, yeast, flour, oil, salt. That's it.
Awesome. I'm learning with you guys today. So
All right.
Miss Faux Farms and Maddie are going to show us how to do some white bread.
So we have our warm water. You don't want it too hot, but you need it warm enough to dissolve your sugar. And Maddie is going to stir that until the sugar disappears. Alright.
So with these ingredients, how much is that going to make?
This is going to make 2 loaves. Alright, so now that our yeast or our sugar is dissolved into our warm water, we are going to add, it says 1.5 tablespoons of yeast. I use 2 packs. Really, you only have to use 1, but I prefer using 2.
That's a lot of yeast, Mom.
And then I don't stir my yeast into the water, but you're gonna leave this so it can proof, and leave it in a warmer spot. So I've got our supper going, so I'm gonna put it behind that burner, that way it can be warm.
All right, then we'll come back in how many minutes?
About 10.
So we're going to let it sit for about 10 minutes and then we'll be back and go through the rest of the process for the white bread making.
So Maddie, what are you gonna do while you wait?
When it's time, I'm gonna say, yeast is ready.
It's always an adventure in this house. It's always an adventure in this house. When you walk into your living room and you can walk on the bed of Lego coals. That's quite the scene.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil.
I need to get.
Now the kids are just having fun and we're fun parents, so that's just how it is around here. Blaine, what are you making on your Legos today?
I made a mech fight. I also made a dragon. Oops, wait.
Whoa.
I also made a dragon earlier.
Well, that's a pretty neat dragon, man. You gonna keep playing Legos while we make bread?
Well, also, there's Venom mech and Spidey mech.
That's awesome, man. You did a great job.
Oh, it's destroyed.
Maddie, why the chicken cross the road?
Why?
Okay, so our yeast is proofed. So Maddie is going to dump that into the red bowl.
So what are we looking for with proof yeast? Just bubbles?
Bubbles.
Bubbles in your yeast means
Kind
it's
of
working.
a foamy.
It smells so weird.
So warm water and the sugar activate the yeast?
Yes. So the sugar kind of feeds the yeast. And that helps it.
And Mom, what is this called again?
Alright, so now we're going to add the oil. We're using olive oil. We're using a 1/4 cup of that. Okay. Good job.
Can I dump this in too?
Oh, you don't have to. Just wait, okay? Alright. And then we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of salt. we're gonna stir that in, and then we're gonna slowly add the flour. So I'll add it in and you stir, okay? And we're just using all-purpose flour. You can use any flour that you would like.
Eventually, I think we'd like to get around to making, you know, some good bread flour or just regular flour. One of these days when we can afford a flour mill, that would be really cool.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Hey, Mom. How much flour do we use?
This is 5.5 cups of flour. You might use it all, you might not. You might need more. It just depends on how sticky your dough is.
How do you figure out how sticky it is?
You stir it in. I'm gonna let you guys do that.
So we're looking for, doesn't stick to the bowl, but
It'll form a dough.
yeah, kind of like a biscuit.
Right.
Don't forget to subscribe down below.
You want people to watch your channel? You like helping people make bread and do different stuff in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Maddie's been in the kitchen for, Lord, a couple years now, making videos with a Bluey cookbook and all kinds of cool stuff.
That wasn't my Bluey cookbook.
Oh, was
That
it
was the
not?
one I got from a library.
Oh.
Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble. Can I do that? It looks really messy and I love it being messy.
Alright, get messy.
Do I use both of my hands?
Both of your hands, get messy. Mess is clean.
Oh my goodness, it's so weird. It's so weird. It's so messy. How messy do it's supposed to get, Mama?
So, we're talking about when a dough forms, we're getting there with a stickier dough right now. And we're working towards a dough that doesn't stick.
Which I am completely getting my hands really messy.
You are completely getting your hands messy.
Oh my goodness, I love your whole thing. It's so sticky. Oh my goodness, I can't even get it off. Oh no. The dough is sticking to my hands, Mom.
Oh my goodness.
So to clean the hands, just put a little flour down and get you a good dad to hang out with you for a minute, right?
Yeah.
And you can dump it out on the counter if you need to.
Alright, let Daddy do this.
Okay.
Go to the bathroom, okay?
Okay, I'll go to the bathroom and wash them.
Just working the flour into the dough.
over mix it because it will be tough. This should be good.
All right, so we got this to where it's not really
Let me see.
sticking to anything.
Now you're gonna form a ball. This. And then you're gonna put it in a greased bowl, covered in a warm spot, and it's gonna proof for an hour. Alright, so now that our dough is risen for an hour, Maddie is going to punch it down. Punch it. Good job. Okay, and then we're going to flip it out on our counter and we're going to divide it in half.
Can I help with this part, Mama? Might feel kind of weird.
Divide it in half. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Alright. So here's your half. Here's my half. What we're going to do is we're going to roll it and form a loaf. And we're going to put it in our pan. We're going to do it seam side down.
Seems like down. Why?
And then this is going to rise another 30 minutes. Alright.
So we're gonna go for another 30 minutes and rise in the pan.
Yes. And then it'll be ready to bake. And you're going to bake it at 350 for about 30 minutes.
All right, guys, so we'll see you back here in just a minute when it's time to bake the bread.
Alright, so the loaves are risen. So we're going to put them in a preheated oven at 350 for 30 minutes.
All right, so in 30 minutes, we'll come back, we'll get these out of the oven, and we'll have 2 fresh loaves of white bread.
Alright.
All right, so that is what the loaves of bread look like coming out of the oven. And we're gonna butter the top of them. And then we'll take them out and put them on a cooling rack for a little bit. And once they cool, then you'll be able to slice them open, and if you'd like, you could get a bread knife and that'll get you a more consistent cut. We tend to just cut them with a regular knife, just a regular style bread knife. And then after that,
Oh, that's hot.
you'll have fresh bread.
Smells really good, Mom.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me today.
You're welcome.